Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to get up, time to get after it, time to make today great. You are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Farrell here, certified 10X coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, another beautiful day in the Big Dog Construction Studio in downtown Springfield. Thursday drop today. Have a phenomenal guest, Ryan Leake from Little Lincoln's Toy Shop. Man, they're doing some phenomenal things. How many of you guys out there remember going to the toy store when you were little, checking out all the cool stuff, the new and the classic? Hey, that's what they've got going on at Little Lincoln's, and that's what they are blending beautifully. So enjoyed my time with Ryan, talking about how they started the business, why they started the business, and how they've grown over the years. Spent a lot of time on marketing, how they've used social to grow their brand, and how they are blending some of the new school techniques with that exceptional service that we always talk about. So, hey, we do want to thank our friends over at Custom Property Solutions. Anything you need land-wise, whether that's land clearing, forestry, mulching, hardscapes, landscapes, or anything in between, Brandon and his team are going to take care of you with precision and passion. Hey, just give them a shout or head over to CustomPropertySolutionsLLC.com. Don't forget, if you're a local First Springfield member, we've got our holiday market coming up on November 22nd. If you haven't got your booth, there's still time. localfirstspringfield.com/holiday market. And if you're not a member out there and you would like a booth, just become a member and you can get a free booth as well. For all you guys looking for your holiday shopping, hey, join us on that November 22nd out at Pole Barn Chic, 9 to 2. Support all these local businesses that are a part of Local First Springfield. So, hey, let's get to Ryan right after the break.
Custom Property Solutions transforms land and outdoor spaces throughout Central Illinois with precision and passion. From clearing overgrown brush to crafting stunning patios and fire pits. Need expert lawn care, excavation, or fence row clearing? They've got you covered, safely, efficiently, and on budget. Fully insured and satisfaction guaranteed. Visit CustomPropertySolutionsLLC.com today, where your land meets their passion. All right, and we are back. Joining me in the studio now, Mr. Ryan Leake from Little Lincoln's Toy Shop. How you doing, Ryan?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Fantastic. Appreciate you coming down and visiting with me for a little bit.
Thank you for having me.
I know my girls love your store, so I'm looking forward to this conversation and how everything got started and all that. But before we talk about Little Lincoln's, let's talk a little bit about Ryan. Let's learn a little bit about you. What's your background like?
So I've owned my business for the last 7 years. And before that, I worked in operations management for a few large retailers. And before that, I went to school to become a market research analyst.
Oh,
so
okay.
that was my goal at that time. But unfortunately, I graduated in 2010. There were more job listing openings for typewriter repair specialist than there were for market research analyst at that time.
Sure.
So I went the retail route and got to learn a lot from that.
Why'd you want to get into market research in the first place? What drew you to that?
I really enjoy studying companies, watching businesses, especially in the retail segment. It's one of those things, looking back at their history, looking where they failed, looking where they succeeded, and what you can do to replicate that, and also know what not to do too. So,
Sure. No, I bet that helps you out a lot in your current business, I would
yes,
imagine.
it does. Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
So, and you don't have to tell the company names if you don't want to, but when you worked in retail, was it toys or was it something different?
One was toys and one was pet supplies.
Oh, okay.
So-
Gotcha. I'm sure you bring some of that experience to your business too, right?
Yes. It's kind of funny because they're both similar in a lot of ways.
Right, I bet.
So 7 years ago, what was the impetus to start your own business then? What made you say, hey, I want to do this? And then why specifically toys?
So my mom and I did a mock business plan when I was in like fourth or fifth grade. It was not like an actual business plan, but it was something we put together. We drew up schematics and things like that. And that got set to the side for years. And at that time, I was kind of tired at my current job, and I heard rumblings that Toys R Us was looking to close. They were going through the bankruptcy process, and it's something we'd been looking at for a couple years and just decided that was the time to pull the trigger. So, 7 years ago, we opened up originally back behind Sky Zone. We were in
Mhm.
a small little location. It was about 1,800 square feet. And last year, at the beginning of 2024, we were able to open up at almost double the size on West White Oaks Drive.
That's awesome. So, no, because I mean, I remember growing up having a lot of toy stores and everything. And then there was a time where there wasn't many strictly toy stores, right? There got
Yes.
to a point, and then you brought this to Springfield, which is absolutely phenomenal. So, what do you say your niche is? I know it's toys, but what are you trying to serve in there?
So we try to go with stuff that is unique and different. We try to go after brands that you cannot find in the big box stores, that are not easily available in central Illinois. So we try to bring that to this area
Mhm.
as really kind of our niche, just really focusing on stuff that will wow you, that you won't expect to see.
Sure. And what kind of stuff is that?
So we do everything from sensory toys. We have a ton of slime. We have a
Mhm.
ton of squishies and things like that. Try to be really trendy in our realm of toy stores. We've been building our identity as one of the trendiest stores in the country. And so we really focus on what's next, what, is coming up. And a lot of that's through social media and stuff like that. So that's really a lot of our focus. But then I also don't want to dismiss, we have a lot of the classic stuff too,
Sure.
wooden train sets and dolls and board games and things like that too. So we kind of go on both ends.
Yeah, and I think that's really cool because I notice that too when I'm in there. You have that blend of some of the old school type of toys plus the new and up and coming stuff, which is really cool. My girls love the slime and all that stuff that you have there. So when you pick the location back behind Sky Zone, what made you pick back there?
So one of the big draws was Sky Zone
I would
itself.
imagine.
They would host anywhere from 30 to 40 birthday parties on a Saturday.
Hmm.
And so we would see a lot of people last minute running in to grab a gift. We were basically Sky Zone's gift shop essentially at that time. And we were also picked it because it was close to some of our biggest competitors,
Hmm.
Target and Walmart.
Yeah,
And uh, that was kind of our big draw for us.
yeah, you're basically like right behind Target
Yes.
and Walmart.
Yes.
No, that's really cool. So 7 years ago, so that would have been what, 18, 19 when you were
2018. Yes.
okay. So then you would have went through the old COVID times. How did that affect you?
So we actually grew during that
Mhm.
time. I think part of it was the category of product that we sell, but also we were so new
Yeah.
that growth was the only option. So we did grow through 2020 and 2021, and we had to adapt. We had to adapt and pivot as fast as we could. One of the things we got really lucky is Google picked us up as one of their premier partners.
Oh, nice.
And we don't know how this happened, but when an item is listed on Google Shopping, it would say Kohl's, Walmart, Target, Little Lincoln's Toy Shop at that time. And they've since added a bunch of other partners with
Uh-huh.
it. So when you look that up, there's hundreds of listings now. But in 2020 and 2021, that really helped us be able to grow that way.
That's awesome. And you don't really know
We
how that happened?
it just really just focused on making sure that all of our Google stuff was entered in correctly. 5-star reviews was another big reason that they said that they picked us. And then like shipping times and stuff like that as well. They keep track of all those metrics. And so that really boosted us up.
Oh, that's awesome. So prior to that, in that 2018, 2019, what are some strategies you used to kind of get off the ground and get going other than being the gift shop for Sky Zone, essentially?
So it was a lot of throwing stuff at the wall
Mhm.
and seeing what stuck, and a lot of things didn't stick, and a lot of things we had to adapt and really change over the years. At first, when we opened, I didn't have the inventory that I had wanted. We were really trying to see what people were looking for, and we're getting better and better at that mix of, what our customers here in Springfield are looking for. So I would say a lot of it was just trial and error.
Right. Yeah, and that's some risk up front because you have to have inventory. So you have to fill a store with inventory, right? And
Yes.
not knowing for sure what's going to be a hit. So,
Yes.
but it seems like you did well.
Yeah. I sold my car to buy my inventory.
Oh, did you?
Is what I did
Wow.
at the time. And I loved it. It was a Mustang. And I remember getting the check for it and going and buying my first orders. And so that was kind of bittersweet at the same time, 'cause
Right.
starting a new journey. And
Yeah, but how cool is that? I mean, yeah, that had to be stressful and everything and kind of bittersweet, but how cool is that to be able to, at least you're able to have the funds to be able to do that, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what kind of Mustang was it?
2017 Mustang GT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. There you go. So, was that enough to really get you a good solid inventory to start?
It was, yeah.
All right.
We started out, some people thought we were a temporary pop-up shop and that type of thing, but after that first Christmas season, we were really able to grow. So
Awesome. Awesome. So, you moved into the new location here within the last couple of years, right? It was last year. Was it 24?
24, the beginning. So
Okay. And what made you choose that location?
So again, it's next to a bunch of other small businesses. We're near the Springfield Running Center,
Mm-hmm.
Wilson's Haberdashery, but we're also close to Kohl's and Harvest Market and TJ Maxx, and so we're still in that realm of retail.
So, what are some of the things that set you apart from the big box stores? You talked a little bit about it, but what's some of the other ones?
So our biggest competitor is Amazon.
Mhm.
Like every day we go in and we're up against the biggest company, Walmart, Target. So what we try to do is make things as convenient as possible. We're trying to be more convenient than Amazon.
Mhm.
And so some things that we do is we offer free complimentary gift wrapping. That's a big time saver for people. It also can save them some money too.
Yeah.
Because if you walk into Target, gift wrap and gift bags and stuff like that, you're talking $5-6
Yeah.
now.
No, my family, like we were talking before we went on air, my family literally just went in there a few days ago to pick up a birthday gift, and they basically got the kid a grab bag of different things. They probably bought him like 8 different items, and you guys wrapped every single one and gift wrap for right there. So it was great.
And then the other thing too is we can help someone find the perfect gift. We have quite a few team members that have been with us for years. My store manager has been with us all 7 years. She started on day one. They know what kids like. They are constantly studying. They're constantly watching videos on TikTok and stuff like that to see what kids are into. And they really are tuned in to what kids these days are into. So when we get that uncle that has no clue what he's
Right.
doing, trying to look for a gift for a 1-year-old, we can help you narrow it down. So that's one of the other benefits of us. If you're on Amazon, there's thousands and thousands of pages of products, and it's hard to figure out what's good, what's not, what's junk, what's gonna actually get played with. And so that's where we can step in and really help someone out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So you've grown a little bit too in that location, right? You've grown to another side of the store since you initially opened, right?
Yes. So our business now is 3 components. The toy store is our main component, but we also have a baby store, boutique. We're really starting to expand into clothing. It's a very complementary business for us. And then the third part is our online sales. So just expanding all 3 of those businesses is our goals for the next year, couple years, and then maybe add a 4th segment too. So
Nice. All right. So your online sales, are they strictly similar to what you have in the store there, or is that a completely different line? You're selling something different?
So we do ship from store. So all of our inventory comes from our store. And I actually, in my background, was able to launch ship from store with a major company, and they actually closed their online warehouses to do just pulling inventory from stores.
Oh, wow.
And so that's kind of my experience is that e-commerce part, but a lot of our inventory is up on our website. We have a couple thousand items, and over half of those are available to buy, and we ship all over the country. So
Love it. That's awesome. Now you mentioned that that service. I mean, that's what really separates local business apart, right? That gives you a great opportunity to serve your customer to a much higher degree than any of the big box stores or Amazon. So being able to help them out find that perfect product, find that perfect gift. Do you guys still do, I know my girls have done it a couple of times where they can go in and pick out a basket of stuff and then people come in and they can purchase those later. It's almost like they're not like a registry. Well, kind of it is. It's essentially a registry, I guess, right?
Yeah, so we do our birthday bins, and a child can come in a couple weeks before their birthday and fill up the bin with whatever they wish for. It's been a big hit because the parents can kind of edit the bin too, and make sure that if they're a no slime family, there's no slime in there.
Right.
But it also allows extended family or friends to come in and know that the child wants that item. It's not a duplicate. It's not something that mom's gonna be, "Oh, I don't think we need this," type of thing. So it gives people confidence that when they are spending their money, they they know they're getting a good item. So
No, I love
and it's
that.
a lot of fun for the kids too.
Oh, yeah, my
Yeah.
girls came back, they were beaming. They love that every time they've done that. I think they've done that, at Christmas time a couple times the last couple of years maybe. So,
Uh-huh.
they've absolutely loved it. So, you mentioned your store manager's been there since the beginning.
Yes.
That's actually pretty rare.
Yes,
Actually,
it
to have
is.
an employee start with you like that and be with you 7 years later, what do you attribute that to?
So a lot of it is her own growth. She, really just is passionate about it, but also she has grown a lot as a person and as an employee, and she just really loves what she does. So I
Mhm.
think that is a big key in her hanging around and being such a big part of our business too. So
No doubt about it. What other types of employees do you have? Do you have just part-timers in there sometime, or you keep it pretty small staff?
we do have some part-timers. There are 5 of them right now. We are very part-time with those employees. A lot of them are high school students, college kids, that type
Sure.
of thing, and, it's fun too because they still really enjoy toys at that
Yeah,
age,
I would
and
imagine.
so
Yeah, they're not too far removed from
no,
being,
they're not.
you
So
know?
they know what they're doing in that regard. But yeah, we've got a crew of part-timers. We kinda pick up because of the Christmas season, and, uh it's kind of fun to watch people grow, and they come and leave and go off to college and stuff like that, but they'll come back for Christmas, and it's really fun to see that, so
That's awesome. So, I don't know how old you are, but growing up, do you remember going to, like, some of the maybe the toy shops, the big ones like FAO Schwartz and all that stuff? Do you go Is that maybe one of the things that drew you to
it
this
it
business a little bit?
it was, I remember going to FAO Schwartz in Vegas,
Uh-huh.
with my family, and it was just one of those experiences that you don't forget. Like, I still remember playing with the toy demonstrations, and I remember what we bought there and everything, so it just, like, it sticks with you, and it's one of those things that I know people still want to give their kids and grandkids.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's got this, I don't know, it's nostalgic for me because yes, I remember FAO Schwartz, and then I grew up over in Decatur. There was a place called Haynes and Essex at the time, and they had a really cool toy area that reminded me a lot of what you have going on. That's what they did. They had kind of a blend of the old school toys, but then they had the new ones as well, and it just kind of brings me back to that moment. I guess it's really cool. But what are some other ways you've marketed Little Lincolns over the years? Kind of get your name out there and get going.
One of our newest ones has been TikTok, and I'm really shocked at the growth we've seen from that. It really helps draw in business for us, and I've always been like a naysayer on TikTok,
Sure.
but my team has done a really good job developing our page. We've had a few videos go viral, and it will actually drive traffic from out of town. We've seen people come up from St. Louis. We've had people come from Champaign,
That's awesome.
Peoria, and they'll tell us they're here because of TikTok. So it's really neat to see that they will make that effort to drive an hour or 2 just to come visit our store to meet our employees that
Right.
are on the TikToks. So I think that is a great way for a business to harness something that's free.
So who's the TikTok star? Is it you? Is it the store manager? Who is it?
It's our store manager,
Okay.
Emily. She does an amazing job with it. She really finds those pockets or those niches that people other toy stores kind of avoid.
Uh-huh.
And so right now there's a brand of Douglas stuffed animals, and they are a big draw for us. she just doesn't do like the slimes and stuff like that. She does it all. So
Mhm.
it's really awesome to see that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And my youngest daughter, she's a stuffed animal girl. She loves those Douglas stuffed animals.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. So said you had a few of them that kind of went viral. What was the theme of those, or of any of those?
So one of them was actually just going around the store and cleaning up things.
Uh-huh.
It literally was, watch us organize this display. And it was kind of funny because when the brands then start reaching out to you and asking if they can use that content, it's
Mhm.
yeah, it's kind of, that one went big for us. So, but that it's the silly stuff. It's the stuff that you think, wow, that was so stupid. And then we'll come up with a really great idea and we'll think this will be awesome. It can't be missed. And it gets
It
12 likes.
falls flat. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. It's crazy. It's interesting how social media works that way. Some that you think you're just you just did it on a whim, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it goes viral, and then the other ones that you put a lot of time and effort into, it's like, well, just kind of fell flat. How did that feel though when you started getting the brands calling you about something that you put out on TikTok? I mean, that's got to be pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. It was really neat to just know that they are watching, is the other thing too, that they are out there doing the stuff themselves.
Yeah.
Uh, it's also really flattering too when other stores copy our stuff. I had a conversation with my store manager. At first, she was a little upset about it and, oh, they stole my idea and everything. And now it's like, you should feel proud that they're following you.
Exactly,
Like,
because you're doing some great stuff. That's the
yeah.
thing. People aren't going to copy you if you're not doing great stuff.
Yes,
So it's
exactly.
flattering. Absolutely. So any of the other social platforms do really well for you, or is TikTok your primary one right now?
So Facebook is our other big one. It definitely reaches a different audience. It
Mhm.
is definitely a little bit more mature. It's stuff that we post on TikTok and Facebook will have different reactions. Usually the stuff that does poorly on TikTok blows up on Facebook for us. I would say is a little bit more local for us too. It's more of our core customer. It's a way that we can be a little bit more serious and stuff like that, where some of the other stuff is more silly
Sure.
and embarrassing and that
Right.
type of thing.
Well, I mean, that, like we've talked before on the show, the different social platforms, people are a little bit different on each one. You know, people have a little bit different, quote unquote, persona on LinkedIn than they do on Facebook, or they do on TikTok. So, any other strategies you've used over the years to blow up, to grow?
Really, word of mouth is the other big one. Trying to get those customers that are promoters out there and telling their friends. And when someone asks them, where do I go for a gift? Type of thing, or I'm having my first grandchild, where do I go? Like, that is really a big factor for us. If your dental hygienist recommends us, and we've had that, and hairstylist and
Yeah.
stuff like that, that's a big deal for us. So just making sure that everyone has a great experience so they then go tell their friends, that's huge.
No doubt about it. You said early on some of those Google reviews helped you become that premier partner. Do you do anything to promote getting reviews from folks?
We don't. And so we do have a 5-star rating, and that is something I wish we were a little bit better at,
Uh-huh.
is pulling those, but we really don't.
Okay. All right. Well, some places, have it at the register. Go ahead and scan the QR code, get a whatever percent off right there. If you go
Yes.
ahead and put in the
Yeah.
review type of thing, some people try to promote it that way. Might
Yeah.
be an option.
Good idea.
So there you go. I know you're very involved locally. You're part of Local First Springfield, of course. What other associations or with Local First? Why is it important for you to be involved locally in those?
So, Local First Springfield has been a huge group for us. They've done several projects throughout the years with us, part of their campaigns and things like that. So, it was one of the best decisions we have made. I moved to Springfield in 2014. I'm originally from the Bloomington Normal area.
Okay.
And when I first showed up, there was all these bumper stickers on these cars that said Local First.
Sure.
And I had no clue what that meant, because it was just had like the web address and Local
Right.
First, and that's all it said. And every once in a while I still see those bumper stickers. And that Local First has been a big help. I will say, getting our name out there, connecting us with other businesses, it's been a great journey with them. So
Absolutely. And we've got the holiday market coming up, and you're going to be a part of that.
We're gonna
right?
be a
You're
part
gonna
of that.
booth? No, that's going to be awesome.
yes.
What other associations or what other community outlets do you do here in Springfield?
So we are also part of Illinois Local. They branch out just a little bit more. throughout the whole state. We also have some industry specific organizations that we're involved with. One of them is Astra, it's the American Specialty Toy Retailers Association. And they host a big show every year, and we travel around, and that's our big trade show. We also are part of a co op called the Good Toy Group, and they help us put out our catalog. I am actually a product scout for them. And then I am joining the Innovation Council this year. So there's a couple things that we're trying to get more involved in as we grow and start to make a name for ourselves.
Sure.
We were one of the smaller stores in the country, and we're continuing to head it down the right direction. So
I love it right here in Springfield.
yes.
So you say the catalog, they help you with the catalog. So you put together a holiday catalog, or is it a full year? What is it?
So it's a holiday catalog.
Uh-huh.
It's about 40 pages. There's about 300 items from over 100 vendors. It's put together with the help of about 100 toy stores from across the country. And they go to shows all year long looking for the best products. And they put together probably one of the best catalogs there is. It's funny because people will say, oh, I got the Amazon or the Walmart one.
Right.
And I loved yours more. It's won several design awards and stuff like that. So we love being a part of that group.
That's awesome. So how do you distribute that catalog then?
We just went to a trunk or treat event,
Uh-huh.
and that was a big help. We also mail them out to about 6,000 homes in the Springfield community. We have our mailing list. That's another one. But we also distribute them in store. But it's a big deal for us. Last year, it was running a little bit late. The printer couldn't get them out, and we could tell
Uh-huh.
from a sales perspective
Oh, wow.
that it was running late. It's one of our biggest marketing campaigns of the year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got one in the mail last year because I love those. I remember getting those as a kid, and I used to love those. And then my girls love those coming now.
Yes.
Coming now. So I would imagine part of your mailing list is that west side of Springfield.
It's all over the place. We even see a lot of our customers come from Verdon and Auburn and New Berlin, outside of the Springfield area directly, but it's all over the place. It's really cool to see.
No, it's just there's something about you can go online and look at everything, but there's something about getting that in the mail and then being able to just sit there and finger through and see
Yes.
it's a nice put together catalog and everything.
Circle everything.
Yeah, exactly. I remember doing that as a kid. And now my girls are doing that now, so that's phenomenal. So, any other organizations or any other nonprofits you're passionate about?
So we really like to work with kid-focused organizations. We're a kids store. Toys for Tots is a big one. Their campaign is just starting up again for this year. It's really, I think it makes a big difference in our community for a child to be able to wake up on Christmas morning and have a toy to open. So Toys for Tots is definitely one of our biggest campaigns. And then we try our best to work with organizations throughout the year, whether it's PTOs and fundraisers. And so those I would say are our big ones, but Toys for Tots definitely.
Okay, awesome. Well, we've talked a lot of business stuff. Let's flip over to the personal side. What are some ways you elevate your life personally?
So this has been a big journey for me, and it started back in February. Part of it was working on some mental health issues, some anxiety and stuff like that, and I have seen a lot of growth in myself, whether it's physical activity, whether it's reading, whether it's just relaxing. I think as a business owner, a lot of times you get in this mindset, if I do a bunch of work, I'm going to get a bunch of results. And sometimes stepping back and focusing on yourself is the best thing you can do. And I've seen it and growth in my business in the last year too. So it's something that just really take the time to take care of yourself, self-care.
It's key, right? Because
Yes.
if you're not taking care of yourself, then you can't take care of others and you can't take care of your business. So you have to be able to do that. So any protocols or anything you put in place, daily things that you do now?
So one of my big things was I love the book Atomic Habits.
Oh, yeah.
And that book really has helped me stay on task with goals, but also with just my daily routine. It really has made a big difference. And from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed, how productive I am in a day. And it allows me to get so much more done. That is something I would say it has been a big benefit for me.
Yeah, because when you're really intentional with those habits and with your time, it is amazing how much you can actually get done. And you can look back and be like, man, I really I really kind of wasted a lot of time back then, and now I'm really
Like,
when you really start doing a time study on what you have going on.
yeah.
So, now, so you say it's helped out in your business a lot too. You've been able to see growth there.
Yes. So I'm more productive at work. It used to be I would procrastinate because I had so much to do. Now it's I don't have enough time because I have so much to do,
Sure,
and
sure.
it's kind of a different. I'm more motivated. I'm more excited. I love to see those results and stuff now. Versus before, it was just trying to survive the day and get as much of the stuff I could get done and save the rest for later. And now it's I just try to eat the elephant one bite at a time now.
There you go. Well, two-parter. What do you love about being an entrepreneur, and what do you love most about having the shop as part of that?
So I'm a big numbers guy.
Mhm.
Just statistics and analyzing numbers and things like that. I love that part about when times are good or when times are bad.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter. It's always fun to run numbers. I love that part of entrepreneurship. As far as the toys part, it's fun to see someone come in and be excited, especially the adults.
Mhm.
Because I feel like we live in this world where, you know, expectations are pretty low for customer service,
Sure.
for product selection. It is so fun to see a first time grandparent come in or a first time mom come in or dad and get excited. And whether it's they're reliving their childhood, they're
Mhm.
being able to do something that they couldn't do for their own kids, that makes our day. That's really the reason why we're in it, is to serve our customers and to provide an experience that they can't get anywhere else and be a part of their lives. I know so many people's grandkids' names and what they're into. I've never met their grandkids,
Sure,
but
right.
they tell me all about them. It's awesome to be a part of that, the ups and the downs, and just be a part of their lives in that way.
No doubt about it. Are you guys the only strictly toys store here in town?
We are.
I was gonna say I was racking my brain like I don't think there's another one. You guys are it, right?
The next closest is Bloomington and then Edwardsville.
Oh, okay. All right.
So there's a estimate that there's about 250 to 300 stores left in the country.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
Wow.
not a ton
No,
are
not
out
a
there.
ton, but great opportunity for you.
Yeah.
You guys are doing phenomenal work on it. So you talked a minute ago about loving the numbers side of things. Let's dig in a little bit more about your market research days from college, how you utilize that in your business today.
I love trying to watch trends and create forecasts. I think AI has helped me a lot in that regards too. It helps me see things that I didn't think to look at before. It's also just looking at the Springfield area and figuring out what else can it sustain, where we need to go from price perspective and product selection and things like that. A lot of it has to do with our everyday choices and it has a lot to do with our marketing, and it all ties in together. So
Mhm. Absolutely. Has there been a product recently that surprised you in terms of, man, that got popular in a hurry, and and I didn't see that coming.
so the blind box stuff is really big right now. It was popular a few years ago with the
Yeah.
LOL dolls and stuff like that, and
Right.
it's back again. We're seeing sensory toys still be really big, the squishy Neatos and stuff like that. I thought at some point this has got to fade, and it's still going. There's still some of our strongest products in the store. So there's some things like that that will surprise me. There have been products in the past where I'm like, that is so stupid. We're
Right.
not going to sell that. And it's like, okay, now we're reordering again. Here we go. So it's hard to tell sometimes, but it, it changes all the time.
Yeah, and those blind boxes, like you said, they've gone crazy. Just about everything has a blind box
Yes,
anymore, right?
it is.
And my younger daughter especially loves those things. And I guess when I look back, I liken it to back in the '80s and '90s when I was growing up. I loved getting like baseball card packages, and it was kind of the same thing. You never know what you're going to get in there, and it might be a surprise that you get this guy's rookie card or
Yes.
or whatever. So I guess it's the thrill of the hunt, it's the surprise, the whole nine that draws people to it. But
Yes,
pretty cool.
definitely.
So Ryan, we've talked a lot of great stuff. We've had a lot of great takeaways today. I always like to end with these couple of things. Let's give the audience a piece of advice, one on the personal side, one on the professional side, to help them elevate their life and their business?
So on a personal side, it's okay to say no. That is something that I have figured out in the last several months. Do the things that you want to do and you love to do, but it's okay to say no from time to time. And you can't say no to everything, but preserve yourself and, focus on what you need.
Yeah, you have to say yes to enough things to know what to say no to, but you have to be able to trim the edges, right?
Yes.
You got to be able to trim the edges to really focus on what you're really passionate about, your why, your purpose, your business, your family, the whole thing, right?
Yes, exactly.
And then on the professional side?
I would say don't forget about the segments of customers that have been forgotten. That is the more mature people. We live in this world now where everything is a kiosk and self-checkout, and don't forget about those people because they are still looking for services and products. And I know we're heading in this direction where everything is technology, but kind of going back to those basics sometimes can be a big success. And for them too, it makes a big difference in their
No doubt about it. Yeah, the most successful companies moving forward are going to be the ones that blend those two things, that have all the AI, have all the automation, have all that situated for people that want that, but then also on the other side have that white glove customer service for the people that really want that, right?
Yes.
The high-end exceptional customer service, and I think you guys blend that really well.
Well, thank you.
And is there anything we can do community-wide to help all of us elevate here in Springfield and the surrounding communities?
I really think just continue to promote other businesses, promote people's dreams is what it comes down to. And if they're successful, in the end, we're all successful. So I really think as a community-wide action, be uplifting and help others.
Love it. Well, Ryan, tell the audience where they can find you and all the stuff if they want to come out and get some things from you.
Awesome. So we're located at 3001 West White Oaks Drive. We're right next to the Gold Center here in Springfield. And you can also shop us online anytime at littlelincolnstoys.com.
Awesome. Well, Ryan, appreciate you spending some time with me today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Fun stuff.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we're going to let Ryan get back to elevating Springfield, but for the rest of y'all, we'll be right back.
When I first walked into Shudokan Karate Club, I was just looking for a way to get stronger, but what I found was so much more. Here we train in traditional karate, the real stuff, passed down through generations. Every punch, every kata has purpose. I've learned self-discipline, confidence, and how to protect myself. Not just in class, but in real life. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being prepared. This is more than a club, it's a way of life. Join us at Shudokan, traditional, powerful, real. Ki-ai!
All right. How about Ryan? Phenomenal stuff. Hey, you got kids, or if you just want to feel like a kid again, head on over to Little Lincoln's Toy Shop. Phenomenal place. Awesome stuff. Blending some of that classic feel with also the latest and greatest of what's going on out there. So check them out. A couple things like we always do. Taking what we talked about through a 10X lens. A couple things I want to talk about today. We spent a lot of time on content with Ryan. Talked a lot about TikTok and how he had some videos that went viral and how that is his social strategy has really catapulted his business in many ways. So I'd like to touch on that a little bit today, what we think of in terms of content and marketing from a 10X perspective. We've talked about the 10X commandments of marketing before, but let's go ahead and review those real quick. Number one, money follows attention. If people don't know you, they're not going to be able to flow you. Number two, best known always beats best. You can have the greatest product, you can have the greatest service, but if you're not known, you're not going to be able to distribute that product or service. Number three, assume nobody sees it, because quite frankly, if you don't have a very big following, not many people are seeing it. So don't be hesitant, just get it out there. Number four, attention is the most valuable currency, again, because money follows attention. Number five, repeat successful actions. If you have some techniques, if you have some content that is successful, keep doing it. Number six, speed is senior to quality. Most people, they get to be a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to their content, and they spend far too long perfecting it before putting it out. You need to use speed, get it out, because it is senior to quality, and marketing is senior to sales. Number 8, frequency comes before greatness. We've talked about this. Frequency and consistency comes before greatness. The one we talked about earlier with assume nobody sees it. This is helpful here because you have to be frequent. You just got to keep putting it out there. You might not think that it's the greatest stuff, but you need to keep doing it because until you become frequent, you will not become great at it. Number 9, no one thing can blow a deal, so just keep pushing through. And number 10, be omnipresent. And what we're talking about with social content here, that is a great way to do that, to make it look like you are everywhere all at once. So since money follows attention, let's delve into content a little bit. You see, every customer goes through a customer decision journey. They go from unaware or unconscious of a problem or unaware of who you are to researching that problem, to researching a vendor to solve that problem, and then they buy. So we want to make your content work for you. So here's some ways you can make your content work for you. Handle objections in the content. So if you get price as an objection a lot, integrate that into your content. That way it's handled prior to them coming to you. Number 2, it also warms up potential prospects, lets them get to know you a little bit, get to know your product or service a little bit before you actually talk to them. Great use of social media. Use your content to follow up. People that are following you or have done business with you or have contacted you, use social to follow up. Also use it to dominate Google search. We talked about that with the Baileys, Mark and Christine Bailey, a couple of weeks ago. Use it to dominate search. Also use it for lead generation. This is where your landing pages come in. Great opportunity to get leads, get some of that information, whether that's email address, phone number, name, things like that. And we'll talk about other strategies you can use for those landing pages on what you should be giving, what kind of value you should be giving on those landing pages in exchange for that lead, for that information. Also use your content to increase engagement, as well as promoting any offers, events, products, and services. All great uses of content. Now, you can start using AI for some of this too. If you're not using that at all for some of your basic posts, hey, go for it. It's going to save you a lot of time. So some of the types of content you can use AI for, or you can create yourself. These are all great, and they all have their place in your arsenal. Articles, blogs, newsletters, interviews, podcasts, social posts. You know, I love doing podcasts. That's going on podcasts, or have your own podcast if it fits. Videos, so you're going to do long and short. Images in all different aspects, whether that's square, vertical, landscape. Make sure it's specific to the social platform. Make it sure it fits right and looks good. Polls, surveys, infographics, memes, testimonials, all of these are great types of content. These are all great to use depending on what you are trying to promote, because you have to meet your prospect where they are. So like we talked earlier about the customer journey. See, all people fall in one of these 7 categories for you, right? They either don't know you, they know of you, they're connected with you. That could be through social. They've opted in. They've went on one of your landing pages. They've submitted that form, right? So there's a little bit of trust there. Next is they're a current customer, they're a previous customer, or an advocate. Everybody falls along those 7 lines right there. So you can use content at each one of those stages. So a different piece of content would serve the don't know you person compared to the current customer. That's a different piece of content that would be served up to those people, right? So you have to make sure you are doing that and make sure you are making those pieces unique to where the customer is at. That's where you're going to find the most success in delivering that content specific for them. So let's go over a quick content checklist for you. Much of it falls right under those 10 commandments of marketing. So again, number 1, quantity over quality. You'll see I post often, a lot and often. Quantity always beats quality. You might have one really great one, but then if you don't have anything else for 2 weeks, people are like, hey, what happened to this guy? Where'd he go? Number 2, consistency and frequency. We talked about that. Frequency comes before greatness. Same thing here. So make sure you are consistent and frequent. My baseline for every day is at least 4 posts. Most of the time it's more than that, but it's at least 4 posts every single day. Again, remember, assume nobody sees it. Try the shoot it once and post technique. Have you ever tried that? I do that for my 10X tips of the day. Every single day, I just take a quick video, I slap the logos on there, and off it goes. No editing, no retakes, just shoot it once and post. This builds that muscle, that confidence muscle in delivering content. You also need to know your platform, audience, and the outcome. Each platform's a little bit different, and people are a little bit different when they are on there, on each one, right? People are a little bit different. We talked about that with Ryan, whether they're on LinkedIn or TikTok or Facebook. The audience is slightly different, or even the same person on each platform is a little bit different. They might have a little bit different quote unquote persona. And know your outcome. Know exactly what you're trying to get out of your content. Same thing with, like, we talk about goals. If you don't know where you're going, it's kind of hard to get there, right? So know your outcome. Post stuff that's likely to be shared, right? You want that to be shared all over the place because that's going to give you more reach. And then also have call to actions on your post. Send them somewhere. So how do you structure a message if you're trying to say, sell a product or service, right? This is a strictly sell product or service piece of content. So quick steps you can take. Call out your target, exactly who you are shooting for here, right? Number 2, speak to the problem that you know they are having. Initiate the problem. Tell them what that problem is. Insert your value, how you're going to solve that problem. Add your unique sales proposition, your credibility, and then add a call to action. Short, sweet. An even simpler way to think about it, just think about the GAP method. G, get attention. A, ask about a problem you know they have. P, promise to solve the problem with an offer. Easy as that. So a quick example. This one you may have seen out there. So it might go a little something like this. Dads, did you know that 91% of bonding time with your child happens between the ages of 0 and 12? Wonder Dads offers planned activities to make the most out of bonding time with your kids. Click the link below to access memorable moments with your kids when it matters most, right? They hit every single point. Or another one, eliminate student debt forever. If you are a millennial suffering from student debt, and we can help. Student debt reduction relief has been helping students overcome the crushing debt for over 10 years, and we can help you too. Click the link below for a free debt assessment today. Again, hit every single point. So try to come up with a couple of scripts for you using that GAP method. So get attention, ask about a problem you know they have, promise to solve that with an offer. We're going to go over some of the other pieces of content that you can do in another episode, but basically what we're doing here is you want to become their trusted resource. You want to be the trusted resource for your clients and your potential clients. So we'll talk more about different pieces of content, offers, and how that will all work in another episode. Also, we'll touch on distribution, whether that's organic or paid distribution, what best content is used for each individual platform, and some of the most powerful ways you can do that. And we'll talk a little bit about how to structure ads and how to launch successful ad campaigns. The next thing I want to talk about, when we were talking with Ryan, he was talking that his biggest competitor is, one of the biggest companies in the world, and that's Amazon, right? And when we think about Amazon, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? To me, you could think of them as dominating. They dominate their space, right? Now, Ryan with Little Lincolns, they can dominate the space locally here in Springfield, which is phenomenal. But I think we all have this feel of Amazon dominating their space, and to good reason. They've done phenomenally well. But We talk a lot in the 10X world about domination, right? About dominating your time, dominating your thoughts, because you can have all this energy, you can have an intense drive, you can have dreams so big, right, that they wake you up at night. But if you don't dominate all areas of your life, you're not going to be able to get to where you want to go. That's why we're so stuck on domination, right? And what that means. So dominating your space starts with you and then spreads to the people who work for you, then to your customers and your competitors, really becoming the overwhelming presence, the example. Means you must be the leader in all areas of your life. But the first thing you need to do is dominate your own thinking, then your employees' thinking, then your competitors' thinking, then the public's thinking. Then, and only then, you own the space. Now, I think sometimes it's misconstrued when we talk about domination. We're simply talking about dominating your competitors. That's not really true. That's part of it. But true domination and really true obsession, when we're talking about be obsessed or be average, starts with dominating yourself. You know, it sounds like it might be easy, but most people never really master this concept. You can't dominate your business or life. You can't dominate a corporate culture or create a corporate culture or a family culture unless you dominate your own mindset. And you can only do this by learning to control your thinking, your actions, and your choices. So dominating yourself. You see, when you neglect to dominate and control yourself, you can waste years of your life. And one of the first steps really is to gain confidence, be able to dominate your space and everything in it, to dominate you. First thing is dominating your limited thinking. Most people think far too small. I've talked about that a lot. The basic tenet of the 10X rule is we need to do 10 times more than what we think we need to do to be able to achieve what we want to achieve. So you have to dominate that limited thinking, take off those blinders, and expand that scope. Next biggest thing is dominating your time. We want to control time, not manage time. You want to be the person that people are like, man, how do you do all that? How do you get so much done? It's because you're committed to making time for all these important things in your life and controlling time rather than managing time. Because when you control time, you can actually create time. So think about those two things, dominating your limited thinking and dominating your time. How can you do better on those two things today? And we'll touch on the other parts of dominating all areas of your life in another episode. And hey, if you can dominate your life, if you can control your time, if you can dominate your limited thinking, maybe you can dominate your space, similar to what Amazon does on a global scale and what, hey, Little Lincoln's is doing right here in Springfield. Be right back with more after the break.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, while you're out on socials, check out ours. That's at Robert Farrell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages as well. Check us out on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us a follow on any of them. We would certainly appreciate it. Thank you to Ryan for stopping by, talking about Little Lincoln. So much cool stuff. Hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agents, here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage.
Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343.